What's good, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazable coming at you with a new EP review. Today I am checking out the band Bayway with their EP Bayway Takes Manhattan. And a little background on this band is they are a New Jersey hardcore band that's been around for a couple of years. I've never really knew anything about them until recently. I saw some hardcore websites post about this band, and I was like, yo, new band, let's check them out. I'm excited. At first with this EP, I was a little worried that, Bayway wouldn't be able to take Manhattan. But by the end of this 4-track EP, I gotta say, I'm thoroughly convinced that, they could do it. I would say that the uncertainty I felt at the very beginning of this EP was the mixture of the different styles of music with the rap and rock music, or like the hardcore music. It just felt like it was very incohesive and just nothing really meshed that well, because it was just two different styles of music being put together that they weren't killing it. I felt like the slow start of the EP didn't really build any like confidence in me, especially with the song Currency, with its slow build of like hard drums and riffs with some clean rapping vocals. I just wasn't really feeling it too well. I will say that the unclean vocals that came in that were very like short and brief, I was very like, oh, this is pretty good. This goes pretty well with the music, I think. So I want to play a clip of Currency for you so you can get a sense of, I guess, that incohesive meshing of sounds and genres.
Sit around and worship me, man, this shit is absurd to me. Committing perjury, lying on the stand, talking like you ain't a stand, but you just a super fan. Poverty is currency, snakes that never heard of me. Sit around and worship me, man, this shit is absurd to me.
Not really feeling it. Also, I feel very conflicted because the music side of things I wasn't really feeling, but the lyrics, they're quite genuine, quite relatable, and I really enjoy those parts. But the sound of the music wasn't really meshing with me. Yeah, I don't know anyone in the band, so I don't want to say anything too harsh or anything too mean, but it felt like a lot of like the way that the guy was singing and his persona, it just felt a little bit cheesy and just like silly at times. I can't say anything because I'm a pretty silly person myself, but what the words were being sang and the style of music being played here, it just wasn't very convincing. Even when we get to the second song, It's a Cold World, the vocals, they just weren't doing it for me. However, I will say by the time you get to Hurt Feelings and Our Way, I don't know what these guys did, but they were able to figure out how to combine the rapping and the hardcore playing here. Maybe it's because they sped things up, but it's like night and day in terms of just overall sonically sounding better and just the feelings they were invoking in me as I listened to. So I want to play Hurt Feelings for you because it just sounds so impressive here. Maybe that aggression that they're putting more aggression into it, and it just sounds better, but it just sounds dope here. I think it's definitely, the combination of gang vocals and the rap flow and the overall intense playing, it just all came together and sounds great. I would say like the slow rapping overall just makes the songs feel a little bit disjointed and a little disconnected because it's just a genre that doesn't really mix well with what they're doing here. But I will say even the rap parts at the end of this last song, Our Way, with the guest vocalist, they just were able to hit the nail on the head and just get everything right, and it just sounds so good. Like they were really able to turn things around. So I want to play a clip of Our Way for you so you can see how everything just comes together so nicely. They're just getting it. They're just understanding the assignment. The band itself, they sound pretty good throughout the whole EP. I want to say the drums, bass, and everything sounds great. The riffs sound really good and groovy on the songs Currency and Heart Feelings. They got a really nice feel to them, and they play it in a nice crunchy way. I think they did a really good job of layering out all the guitars and mixing them nicely. The drums, they started off a little bit hollow with the song Currency, but by the end of the EP, they were just blazing through things and just going all off and just sounding super punk, super heavy, and super hardcore in the best possible way. Bass wise, I think those slower parts with the thick bass line and the fast parts with some heavy bass playing, it all sounds consistently really good, and it never really falters in any way. So bass playing on this EP, great job. So overall, I feel like this is probably one of the most East Coast things I've listened to, because rap was born on the East Coast of the US. Hardcore music in New York and New Jersey is very infamous and famous, and I feel like these guys, they grew up on those styles of music, and they're putting like what their influences and the love of the music they like into this record, and it shows. Now at times, like I said earlier, the first couple songs, it doesn't work that well, but by the end of it, they are able to tap into it and just make everything work so nicely. So you get a really interesting balance of, I think, some okay songs to some really good songs. So I would say this EP from Bayway Takes Manhattan is a good and solid 7.5 out of 10. Links down below, check them out. Leave some recommendations, and like always, guys, I'm Matt from Diazable, and see you in the pit.
Good things about you.